How's it going out there? Oh man, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been almost about a month, yeah, since we our last recording. I didn't know when we were gonna do it. Every week it was like, all right, next week, next week, next week. And I just got lazy, or things would happen,
we
and
we got caught up with a lot of things going on, graduations and all that. So
funerals and everything.
funerals.
Yeah, so I was gonna tell you. I was gonna tell you a lot has been going on this last month. You know, politics, political wise, entertainment wise. We got female celebrities going in space
With the spaceship that looks,
like a dildo.
yes, basically.
Um, I mean, so much, man. I mean, I can't even process. That's probably like the biggest story in these last few weeks, and the Pope dying, and then us getting a new Pope, which I will get into in the next few videos. And we're gonna try something new as well too. Um, my voice. We're gonna do different video segments. So instead of doing an hour-long episode, we're gonna give to you guys. Each topic is gonna have its own video, basically. Maybe we might throw two topics in one video.
Maybe
But
if
we're gonna
they
try something
entwine,
different.
if they
Right,
entwine,
right.
they will be in one
If
video.
they involve each other or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a swing at it. Hopefully, it's not a miss. And here we go. I don't know if we should do an intro because we haven't done it now. No?
Nah, no intro. We're
All right.
good. We're
All right,
good.
cool. MJ.
And Drew, you guys know us already, so let's get started.
Okay.
So, what I want to start, what latest news that just kind of kicked in this week is Doom came out. The newest Doom
I saw
game
that
came
the
out.
trailer. Is it the game came out or the trailer?
The game came out.
Okay, I'm
the,
so out
the
of
latest,
the loop, man.
the latest Doom game just came out, and there's a lot of controversy going over it. And the controversy is basically mainly just gaming in general, and that. So here's the thing. Let's start from the beginning. If you watched our videos, I've talked about how gaming is changing to a point where your cartridge or your disc, physical media is just going to be a key to
Yeah.
unlock the game.
Yeah, I saw a
You
video
need
on that. Yeah.
you need Wi-Fi now in order to download the entire game, which means what's the point
a physical
of
media.
physical media?
And you're paying $10 extra because it's a. I mean, the point is maybe for collectors that want to collect the box art,
Yeah.
the nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
You have the disc,
The
you have the
physical
the
copy.
physical copy of it.
But-
which I used to feel that way.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But now it's coming to a point where does it even matter now?
Mm-hmm.
One of the major things about the physical media was because the game was actually within the disc. It was actually there.
It was yours. You owned it.
It was yours and you own it. And that's the problem too with digital media. You don't really own your game.
You don't. Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
And so that's a big issue with that. With digital media, you don't really own your game. And so basically what happened was that the latest Doom game came out, and people are not happy. And I'm not going to be the one to be like, oh yeah, people aren't happy. I'm not speaking for everyone. Let me just show you what's going on right now. Okay? So if you're seeing right here, basically it starts up right here. So here, downloading of special update is additional content upon booting up physical disc is nothing new with several major releases, which is true.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
not.
I
It's
remember
not.
When I had the PS4, I remember thinking in my head. I never really looked into it, but I remember thinking like, do I actually own this game, or is it just a disc and they're putting stuff in the disc? Like, is the game not in the disc already?
And I remember,
I was kind of confused by that. I'm still kind of confused by that.
and I remembered it also started with I remember the biggest wake up call was Spyro when the Spyro trilogy came out. Remember only the
You
first.
mean the remake, right?
Yeah, the remake trilogy came out, and I remember I believe it was only the first or second game that was on there, and the third one had to be downloaded on it through the
Weird.
Wi-Fi, something like that. I
Weird.
remember that was how Spyro was.
Yeah.
So it's nothing new, but at the same time, it was only like a chunk of it, like a tiny chunk of it. Now it's basically the whole game. So if you see right here, it says helps with digital stereo space, upholds implicit, it basically talks about this, but this is where it gets down right here. Exactly right there. So with Doom the Dark physical disc being a little more than glorified download code, the arrangement is eroded. The heart of controversy is this. Players feel that they aren't actually purchasing Doom, which we just talked about, but rather purchasing their rights to download it. The physical disc more or less becomes a piece of memorabilia rather than something with any real entertainment artist value. While players have the right to be frustrated about this, Dark Ages approach to physical release has not occurred in any vacuum. Sadly, all signs point the sort happen more frequently.
Wow.
So basically, what's going on now is if and, it goes down more and more about what's going on with the physical media. So basically, the biggest issue is now that if you're just gonna download a game, what's the point of having a console? Really, what is the point of having a console if you're just gonna be downloading games?
Well,
just get a PC.
well, that's what that's what the Xbox is going towards the next generation. They're not going to have a hard. They're not going to have hardware. It's not going to be a physical console.
Yes.
And they've done that for the last few years with the whole cloud thing that they're doing. The whole Xbox or Microsoft Cloud or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, Play.
And now they're the Xbox Pass.
There you go. That that. And you could even play it on the PlayStation. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I did not know that.
Or you could in the next generation, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be integrated. You can put it multi-platform.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the big issue right now. What's going on? And I'm watching like everyone else, like videos and people are talking on Twitter and all that stuff. People are saying, what is the point of having physical media now? The whole point of having physical media was knowing that I have this, I own it. But now it's at a point where you don't even own that.
Yeah.
Like there is real no point of having it.
And that's the scary thing with Nintendo, and I don't know if you were going to get into that.
That's where I was getting into that as well. And so Nintendo's doing that as well. Now, I kind of brought that up a bit, and nobody really knew what was, because it was still fresh, but they were really talking about it.
It was more like a rumor, right, at the time?
Not much of a rumor, just, yeah, rumor, I guess you could say a rumor, but, like, people didn't really know if, we'll be owning the Nintendo game or not. And now point is like saying that, no, Nintendo owns the games. You don't own our games. And so that's what's going on now, is that even Nintendo, and there's also like a new update went on my Switch a couple of days ago. It has like the Nintendo, it's just like some kind of Nintendo card. And so basically, I guess it's like you download your game, like, I don't know how that works. It's really weird because I guess it's supposed to transfer your stuff to the Switch 2. Whatever games you have, you switch to the Switch 2. But now it's like, yeah, no, like that little game, that little cartridge, you don't even own that.
Yeah.
You really don't. You bought it, but you don't own it. All you did was just get the key. And I think I talked about that earlier. That's what they said about Super Mario World, the racing one. Super Mario Kart World. It's like that. But that's what it said. Is that, so Super Mario Kart World, you're not even gonna own it. It's not your game. So that's why a lot of people are like, should we even get the Switch 2 now? There's a lot of people who are, of course, okay, no, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who do want to get the Switch 2, but there's also a good number of people, a lot of people too, who don't want to get the Switch 2, and I feel like I'm one of them.
Yeah.
What's the point of getting the Switch 2 if I can't own this game? There really is no point.
No, what are you going to do if all systems do it?
Well, then if all systems do that...
Your hands are tied, right?
Well, your hands are tied. You know what you got to do? Get a PC. Get a PC and force those console guys to... Let's physically make these things to be more. Let me own it.
Yeah, because the whole scary thing is because people are probably thinking like, okay, well, what's so bad about that? You don't. I mean, I don't know, man. The world's changing. No.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's getting crazy. I mean, and this might go into the political realm, but as far as owning things, conspiracy, or it's not even. I wouldn't even call it a conspiracy anymore. It used to be a conspiracy, but you're seeing it more and more. And even that Klaus Schwab guy that's another thing. The World Economic Forum, he stepped down.
Oh, yeah.
Some other guy stepped in. It's the old owner of Nestle.
Okay.
Which is pretty interesting. Dude, you look at him, he looks like an evil villain, too. We'll probably Google him in a bit.
Well, that guy looked like an evil villain from the beginning.
Yeah, Klaus Schwab. Dude, remember, I don't know if you've ever seen that video where
he looks like a Sith Lord.
Dude, yeah. What the hell's that about? Freaking psycho?
Yeah, the guy looks like a Sith Lord.
I could be butchering his name, but... Anyway, he stepped down from the World Economic Forum, and he was like, and I don't know what nationality he is, but he had that, for you will not own anything, and you will like it. That's basically saying us little people, you and me, we can't own anything. The government, the World Economic Forum, the world government is gonna own everything, and we're gonna love it.
Yeah.
So, and if you think about it, like I said, it's not really a conspiracy. Look at the prices of homes. Rent is going up. Cars are going, everything's going up to where it's getting impossible to own stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to rent it. And what happens when you rent it? The person who owns it is in control.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not yours.
All about control.
It's not yours. It's
so
not
with
yours.
Nintendo doing this, say me and you, for instance, we have this platform, we have these videos. There's something that Nintendo doesn't like. We pop in our game, we're kicked out of our account. We cannot play our Nintendo that we bought with our own hard money, our hard own. I can't talk right now, bro. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say. And we can't turn on our Switch, this physical console we paid over $500 for. We can't even play it because we said something bad or we said something that they don't agree with. That's the scary part about what we're talking about. That's where it's headed, and it sucks.
And
it's not right.
And the thing too is like what I just told you right now with the Switch 2. Do you really own it? That's the thing.
That's what everybody's saying.
That's
right
the problem,
yeah.
and that's the issue. And yeah, so as I'm saying is, at this point, everyone's just saying get a PC. A lot of people are saying might as well get a PC if games are going to be doing this. Now, of course, the problem with Nintendo is its own straight up brand. Like they do not share with anyone.
No.
PlayStation and Xbox, they've had their kind of times where they broke bread.
Yeah.
In which they shared games with one another. But
yeah, like Resident Evil started going to Xbox when it used to be only a PlayStation exclusive.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Back in the day, there was some on the 64.
Yes, but
it was like ripped. It was like stripped down versions of the PlayStation.
You had it's one first I could talk about is Super Mega Man. Super Mega Man was on the PlayStation, and then Nintendo got Mega Man 64.
Yeah, which was crap. Well, it wasn't crap.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
But it was no PlayStation version.
It was no. It wasn't. It was the PlayStation had a lot more better graphics and all that stuff. So it kind of did beat the Nintendo. And also, that's another thing. PlayStation actually had a sequel of that Mega Man series, in which Nintendo 64 didn't. That's another thing too. I had to look that up. I'm like, hey, did the sequel ever come up? Because it ends like on a cliffhanger. I'm like, oh, did the sequel? Oh yeah, it did come up. And yeah, there was a sequel to it.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got to say about what's going on in the world in gaming. And who would have known that Doom was the linchpin?
Wow.
Doom was the linchpin to be like, oh no, you're not gonna own your game.
That's crazy.
That's the first game that actually literally did that.
That's a series that's gone since the beginning of consoles, like the early 90s.
Dude, we're talking about computers.
Yeah.
Basic computers.
Yeah. Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame where the game, the world as a whole, and the gaming world where it's heading. Crazy, man, crazy.
All right, well, that's all we had to say about that area. I'll catch you guys next time, and
see you next video.
Yeah.
Remember, we're trying something new, so
see you next time.